Well, we've been having a lot of fun lately with Star Trek. I hope that continues.
I hope so as well. Having a lot of fun because we're winding down to the beginning of Deep Space Nine. 2 more to go, right?
Yeah, I'm very excited and curious if there's going to be any type of cross promotion. Are we going to get any teases? You know, like, hey, watch this show?
That's a good question. Do you think? Yeah, do you think the captain of the Deep Space Nine ship is going to show up at the end of this episode, and then the next episode will be an entire plot with Sela and the captain of that ship?
So unification, Deep Space Nine
Yeah,
version?
yeah.
Except the reveal, no one, who is that? Wait, who is that?
We have rendezvoused with the starship Cairo near the Cardassian border for an urgent meeting with Vice Admiral Nechayev.
That's the ship, Cairo. No, I don't know.
May I present Captain Jean-Luc Picard?
Admiral, welcome on board.
Thank you. That'll be all, Commander.
He was not happy about that.
No, Captain. I'm afraid there's no time for the usual pleasantries. I'm here to relieve you of command of the Enterprise.
Oh.
Hook, line, and sink.
That's got to be the most right-to-the-point hook ever.
Like, no time.
Was it the quickest one? What are we at? 3 minutes? We probably talked for like a minute and a half.
Wow. Oh, no. Part 1.
Are the Cardassians ready for a war?
I didn't say war, Commander. I said incursion. We'll send a message to their leadership about just how seriously we view the situation.
Where is Captain Picard?
Thank you.
The captain, your chief medical officer, and security chief have been reassigned. That's all I can tell you for now.
Wait, Chief Medical Officer and who was the last one?
Security officer, probably Worf.
Worf? So Crusher, Worf, and Picard?
The Enterprise will be in a dangerous situation, and I want someone on the bridge who has a great deal of experience with the Cardassians. No offense, Commander, but that's not you.
You're not him. Oh.
Ron Moore coming in. Do you think Ron Moore writes it all for Deep Space Nine? I haven't heard anyone say that. Oh, Robert Shearer.
Oh, what are these, stealth outfits?
On a Black Ops mission. Oh.
Computer freeze program. You were 5 seconds slower that time.
They got reassigned to a Black Ops mission?
All right, Mr. Worf, I want you to time the Doctor and me through that first tunnel. And this time, we're going to pick up those 5 seconds.
Hell yeah.
Welcome
Ronnie
aboard,
Cox.
sir. I'm Commander William
T.
T.
Riker, class of 57, graduated 8th in this class. I'm looking forward to serving with you,
The
Commander.
villain of Total Recall.
Oh.
Where are my quarters, Will?
We have you assigned to cabin 735, deck 7.
Deck 7. I'll see you at 1300 hours.
No nonsense.
Not a complete asshole. I mean, cutting him off a few times, but...
Attention to orders!
Oh, he's got his blouse on.
USS Enterprise now under command of Captain Edward Jellicoe.
I relieve you, sir.
I stand relieved.
Dismissed.
At least they gave him a whole ceremony.
Wonder how permanent this is going to be.
I don't know. They don't usually go through the ceremony if it's just a temporary assignment.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, Picard's actually the captain of Deep Space Nine. they move him over. We need big name talent. Promote the new brand.
That means that Delta ship will be due to come on duty in 2 hours. I expect you to have it fully manned and ready when it does. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. If you'll excuse me, sir. Captain?
You know what? This is the tough love Riker needs.
Yeah.
He was your first officer for 5 years.
Oh, not
One
impressed.
of the finest officers that I have ever served with.
Of course he is, Jean-Luc. I'm sure it'll all work out.
Look, I love Picard, but he let Riker do whatever he wanted, basically.
Yeah. I think the only time he was really strict with him was the first day when he made him do the saucer reconnect. Besides that, he's been his buddy.
Yeah, he earned his respect in that moment, and he never did anything tough to him again.
Sir, you may not be aware that our normal interface already routes auxiliary power through 3 separate relays.
I'm aware of your current design system. It's not good enough. If these negotiations fail, we could find ourselves in a war zone, and if that happens, I want to be loaded for bear.
I'll get right on it.
Oh, Riker's all about that. That's all you had to say.
Oh, possible battle? Hell yeah.
Run a series of simulated attacks from a Cardassian squadron. I want you to conduct the exercises personally, Will. Get it done.
That's his new catchphrase. Get it done instead of make it so.
And get that fish out of the ready room. Data, you with me?
Oh, not the fish, bro.
What?
Oh, I'm surprised Picard wouldn't bring the fish.
Get that fish out of the ready room.
Isn't it Picard's fish? Like, why wouldn't he have taken it?
I didn't think the fish was that big of a deal to bring along.
If we take this grid offline, we're going to have to shut down exobiology, the astrophysics lab, and geological research.
We're not on a research mission. Get it done.
It's like, Jordy, you trying to get killed by Cardassians? Like, how about you guys? Come on.
I mean, I get it. This is the new boss coming in, doesn't know the ship very well, pushing everyone too hard. You know, it's a new boss at work thing.
Yeah.
No one likes that.
Yeah. Also, they're not telling everybody all the details of what's about to happen.
That's
But
true.
I just feel like it's going to be, you know, this guy's preparing for essentially a death scenario here.
And I'm so glad we didn't have is that an android? An android on the Enterprise? Like, nope, no time. Bullshit. Let's go. Good job, Data.
The latest masterpieces from my son. It's an elephant, I think.
No, he has a son. He's going to die.
My son, Bruce Maddox.
It wouldn't be that surprising. Like, the age difference wouldn't be that crazy.
Yeah.
Different last name.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have time for a honeymoon with the crew. You've clearly given this a lot of thought, so I'd like you to take charge of the morale situation. I have a meeting with the new security chief in 5 minutes, so the
who's
duty
this gonna
roster
be?
will have to wait. Thank you, Counselor.
Oh, she's like, oh, well, usually I would tell Picard and he would do it.
I prefer a certain formality on the bridge. I'd appreciate it if you wore a standard uniform when you're on duty.
Ooh.
Wow.
Well, okay, and that just brings up questions. Is that not a uniform? What is it? I'm like, wait, what is it? Is it just her own outfit that she decided to wear every day? I thought it was specifically made for her. Oh, God.
Oh, sweating.
Don't wear outside clothes on the furniture.
Take a shower.
You all right, sir?
Yes, I am. But the last time I had to train like this was for the Academy Marathon. But I'm managing. What can I do for you? It's nothing urgent. I'm sorry I bothered you. Good night.
He was going to ask him to talk to the captain, but then was like, well, you're clearly in some type of situation that I don't know about.
Yeah. Dad, can you come back?
Yeah. I don't like the new captain.
Did you launch the probe I requested?
Yes, sir. I wasn't aware you wanted to be informed.
Thank you. I can see why he's still only a first officer.
Whoa.
I want this ship ready for action, and I don't have time to give Will Riker or anyone else a chance. And forgive me for being blunt, but the Enterprise is mine now. Well, here's hoping you beat the odds.
He's like, well, I will, just because you said that.
I believe this is yours.
So Picard would be like, where's my fish?
Yeah.
Did you kill my fish?
You don't understand, that's a rare fish. I'm surprisingly, like, not really against this guy at all. Like,
No, he's pretty legit.
he's obviously a pretty blunt, you know, aggressive kind of guy. Captain, you know, but for the situation they're setting up here, it seems like that's what's needed.
Yeah. It's not unearned or unjustified.
Starfleet intelligence believes that the Cardassians are developing a metagenic weapon.
Oh my God.
What is that?
I am not familiar with metagenics.
There we go. Thank you.
Thank you, Worf. Me too.
Genetically engineered viruses that are designed to destroy entire ecosystems.
Oh, no.
In a month, the metagenic agent itself breaks down and dissipates completely, leaving every city, every road, every piece of equipment perfectly intact.
Leaving the planet safe to be conquered.
Oh, wow.
Because the subspace wave would appear simply as background radiation, no one would realize what was happening till it was too late.
Damn.
That's fucked up.
One of the reasons I was selected for this mission is my familiarity with the methods used for generating them. Mr. Worf, your presence here is obvious.
How will we get there undetected?
I know a way of acquiring some discreet transport.
I love these three.
Oh, I know.
And like in this situation together, that's great.
And it's such like the perfect, you know, the captain, security officer, and the doctor, like each they're distinct. It's like a big three. Oh, it was that species from Allegiance sitting down.
Yeah.
If he doesn't pay up,
Oh, shit.
I know 3 large Ferengi
Don't push your luck.
will not be so forgiving.
How about these outfits?
I didn't do it.
I
guess there's some things even Solek can't do. It's too bad. Because if he could...
Oh, not the ears. It's their dick, remember?
Yep.
Yes. Grateful.
Don't they find women disgusting, or do they just forget about
When do you want to leave?
I think they hate him with clothes on.
Oh, okay. It wasn't that they found women disgusting. It was that they were disgusted that they wore clothes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How do you feel about that scene?
That's fine. I don't think they have a choice, but a Ferengi is not who I would go with this mission. But it seems like they had to. Also, were we supposed to gather that was Damon Solak?
I think so, yeah.
Bats?
You're not afraid of bats, are you, Wolf?
Of course not.
Very convenient. It looks exactly how it did in the holodeck. Yes.
We have rendezvoused with the Cardassian ship Reklar to begin diplomatic talks designed to ease tensions along the border.
Jellicoe already has no faith in these talks, so this should be.
He's waiting for you in the observation.
Woo! Look at
Very
look at
good. I'll
Troy's
be in my ready
uniform.
room.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't looking at her. Look at that.
Captain, I think there's been a slight miscommunication. Did you want to meet with Gullimek in here?
No. The observation lounge is appropriate.
I see.
It's going to make him wait.
Like a doctor.
Sometimes in the fight for dominance, one of them ends up dead.
That's
In
his
that
plan.
case, the trick is to be the wolf that's still standing at the end.
Damn. Cold. Even with the kid pictures behind him.
He's a more even, level-headed guy from Doomsday Machine.
Oh, before Decker lost his mind?
Yeah.
He was that guy?
We could try to find another way down.
That would take several hours. We don't have the time.
You're not afraid of heights, are you, Doctor?
Of course not.
I am.
I think I would be okay if I was rappelling down, like strapped in like this. Now, if I was free soloing down the cliff.
Oh, God. No way. So I doubt Spock's going to be there to catch me.
Good to know that the carabiner clips are still the same in the future.
If it ain't broke.
Remember to control your descent.
Don't get the lines tangled.
I'll remember.
Nothing more trustworthy than a classic carabiner clip.
Oh, yeah. Look at this.
I'm imagining the set designers going to Ronald Moore with the script. So you want us to build an entire mountain face for them to rappel down? Yeah, can you do that in a few days?
I believe you know Commander Riker, and this is Lieutenant Commander Troy. Let's get to it, shall we?
This treatment is a deliberate insult to the Cardassian Union.
Ugh.
I can see you're not serious about these talks. If the Cardassian Union truly wishes to discuss peace, they can send someone who can negotiate in a civilized manner.
Damn, that easy.
Shit. Damn.
It's like, you're not going to alpha me, bro.
Hey, she's back.
Let him stew for a few minutes, then go in and tell him that you've convinced me to meet with him one more time. Lemek will want to bring his own aides on board, pretend to be worried that I'll object, and then give grudging permission for 2 aides. No more.
This guy's a player.
Yeah, I love this guy.
Well, I'll say this for him. He's sure of himself.
No, he's not.
Oh.
She sees through it.
Oh, wow. That's good. That's really good. Hold on. Is this a good part 1 episode?
It's already up there with Best of Both Worlds. It's possibly the best part 1. Wasn't a big fan of the Ferengi scene, but that's all right. Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one. Is that over yet? How many caves do you want me to build?
They just shoot from a different camera angle. They won't know.
It's true.
Phaser said at level 16 should suffice.
Make it so.
It makes sense that he would know that. Good way to use the security officer without just a combat.
Ronald Moore.
Gullimek, pleasure.
May I present my aides, Glyn Korak and Glyn Tajor.
Welcome aboard.
God, their necks freak me out.
Yeah, they just cast the perfect actors for these roles.
And the makeup is great.
Yeah.
I have heard reports that a small team from the Federation has already been sent into our territory.
Oh, bro. Oh, boy.
Excellent wide shot.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Then there's no need for worry.
This guy's great.
Yeah.
A brief recess would seem to be in order.
Very well.
Where is Captain Picard?
Yeah, why would he pick Picard? That's a tough one.
It would be a shame if something were to happen to such a noted officer.
Yes. It would.
Talk about a shit-eating grin.
Picked the perfect lizard man.
And I was thinking that, I'm like, these guys probably would know Picard is the captain of the Enterprise.
Yeah. They took a big risk on that one.
And just like Federation has spies, the Cardassians probably have spies, even though it'd be probably hard for them to hide in plain sight, but they can figure it out.
Doesn't mean they don't have informants. I mean...
Rats,
Ferengi,
Just like the Admiral from Ensign Rowe.
I still think that Admiral at the beginning of this episode's a rat. That
Ooh,
lady.
Narachov or whatever.
Yeah. I'm going to purposely reassign Picard to this mission. Oh, God. Oh, Worf, I've got this.
Really crushed my stomach.
Oh, no, that's bad. I thought it was just some dust. That's really bad.
Next time you try bringing up the rear.
We're nearly there. Can you continue?
Yeah, just crushed by rocks. No big deal. I'm fine.
At least it wasn't a plastic barrel.
Or a tar monster.
Sensor echoes established, but the false image will only last a few minutes.
Let's go.
Ooh, false image ability.
Remember, aim low, fire in short control bursts. Ready.
I don't like this.
There's no one here.
Oh, I think it's a trap. I think I might be onto something.
It's a trap. Come on.
It's a trap! It's a trap! Oh! But I mean, it's like they would have him train for this whole mission just for it to be a trap.
Makes it believable. Yeah! Oh, nice. Yeah! Get that door, Worf.
Guard?
Oh, damn! Oh, shit, no! No! Indiana Jones. Ah, fuck.
Let's go.
The captain!
No. There are 5 more of them heading this way from another tunnel.
Luckily, it wasn't a killing phaser shot.
Yeah, luckily the Cardassians also use stun.
They probably wanted them as hostages.
Come on.
They knew. They knew. Oh, they replaced her already.
4 shifts now.
Oh, that's right. It's a good call.
Except for Data. He works all shifts. He doesn't need a lunch break.
Open a secure channel to Admiral Nechayev. Priority 2, put it through to my ready room. Aye, sir.
Your ready room, huh?
Does anyone know, is priority 1 the highest priority, or does it go upwards? Like, is priority 4 the highest? I don't know.
I don't know.
Those emissions you were so concerned about have just stopped. I'd say one way or another our friends have finished their task.
Have you heard from our friends?
Yeah, dude, you're right. She's...
Let me know if you do. I would very much like to see them again.
So would I, Admiral.
Yeah, she's an op.
Yeah, I don't think he is, but she definitely is.
Oh, no, yeah. I'd be heartbroken if Jellicoe was. You just met him.
Ooh, okay. I haven't seen much Cardassian planetary stuff at all.
Yeah.
A challenge.
Oh, we know these guys like to torture, too.
Serial number SP-937-215.
All right, Robert Shear with the camera work.
In his bag.
Don't look so surprised. How could we have designed a lure for the captain of the Federation flagship unless we knew something about his background?
Designed the whole thing to get him.
Wow.
I ask them, you answer. If I am not satisfied with your answers, you will die.
Shit. Whoa, let's go!
I did not see. That flew by, dude. I thought we were halfway into that. Oh shit, dude! Literally knew that it was gonna be a to be continued of some kind because they told us.
Yeah.
But that got us.
But
so
that was
good.
a hard cut to be continued.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Wow.
Yeah, like instead of the fade on screen, just the hard cut. Wow.
Woo!
It's gotta be the best part 1.
Dude, took the words right out of my mouth. This is the part 1 episode. This was absolutely great. Ending on a great twist, great guest character, scenes with everybody. besides a really odd scene with Beverly and a Ferengi, this is a top tier episode.
And stuff happened.
Yeah, stuff did happen.
You introduced the Jellicoe character, who was great. That actor was
Ronnie
awesome.
Cox.
Is that the character
Yeah,
name?
that's the character name.
Yeah,
I mean,
know.
no, that's his real name, Ronnie Cox.
That is the actor's name?
Yeah, Ronnie Cox, yeah.
Okay. He was great as this Captain Jellicoe character. Finally get to see Troy in a uniform. It's kind of like passed off as like he's a dick for it, but I agree. Like she should. I've always thought she should be in a uniform. You know, it was always kind of odd that she wasn't, but whatever. Everything was so awesome. The meeting stuff with Jellicoe and the Cardassians. Those Cardassians were great. Set design, all of it was awesome, and stuff actually happened to where I'm actually now excited for the part 2.
It did the thing. And similar to Best of Both Worlds, we got Riker being questioned about his ability to do things, pretty much, which we haven't seen any of that since season 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So seeing that again is absolutely great, and seeing him off his game, not all war heavy, not all smarmy, but he's oh shit, this fucking guy, and I just love everybody's reaction to this guy, and he's so fucking interesting. Like, he's not just a hard ass. Because at first when he's doing the hard ass scene with the Cardassians, like, oh wow, and then he leaves with Troy and Riker, and he does that little pep talk. All right, now I'm gonna go to my ready room. Wait, tell him this. I'm gonna be back in like 20 minutes. I'm like, that's fucking amazing.
But then just that little line from Troy, when
Yes.
Riker's like, he's sure of himself. He's like, no, he's not. It's like, that's Ronald Moore. You know, you throw in those little lines to add so many layers, make it so
good.
great. And then,
So
like,
good.
The Cardassians clearly knowing about Picard being on this plan, you know, but
Yeah.
not saying it out loud. But basically saying they know about these spies and then bringing up Picard, like, just beautifully written, beautifully directed, beautifully executed, part 1.
Yeah, Robert Scheer, some great stuff in here. I love all this stuff on the Cardassian planet. I love this that Cardassian hall. All that was great. I love the darkness of that, and the camera shot of this guy talking about Picard's life and the mystery of, like, what does he want Picard for, and this whole ruse, who's involved. It's a great fucking mystery episode. And even when they reveal it, there's still more to be revealed later on. Are we about to go to war? This
Ooh, it's heating up. It's heating up. We're cooking with gas. All right. Well, let's get jumping right into part 2. All right, now we're back. You ready?
Oh, yes, I am absolutely ready. I haven't been this excited for a part 2 from a part 1 in Star Trek since, I don't know, forever.
Maybe Best of Both Worlds, part 2? Probably around there. That's the level this is at, for sure.
Last time on Star Trek The Next Generation.
You are hereby requested and required to relinquish command of your vessel.
We just saw this.
You should prove an interesting challenge. Possibly the most interesting to come through that door in many years.
What do you want?
Why, you, of
I
course.
wonder what he meant by that.
Your place of birth?
Oh, gosh.
The bar, France.
Oh, Jesus.
What are the Federation's defense plans for Minos Corva?
I don't know.
Increase the level slightly to 0.31.
I'm pretty sure he truly doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's begin again, shall we?
What kind of truth serum they got here?
Place of birth?
The bar, France.
So that's what he meant by, if I don't like the answers, you'll die, because he'll probably just keep turning that up until he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Even if he doesn't know the information.
Yeah, there's got to be lie detectors in the future, right? Ones that are, 100% bulletproof.
Yeah, maybe.
Nah, let's give him a serum. Didn't we just see that in The Expanse? Or it was a lock-in pill.
The lock-in pill?
Yeah.
That's the opposite of what they're doing to him.
Captain's log. Stardate 46360.8.
We do get a Jellicoe log, though.
I assure you that what the Federation wants above all is the preservation of peace.
Then how do you explain the fact that a Federation team launched an unprovoked assault on Cardassian territory?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Cardassian Union has yet to decide how it will respond to this latest provocation.
I don't know, man. If I was Riker, or really anyone on this crew, and I found out that they took Picard, I don't know if I would be able to forgive Starfleet.
The Enterprise will have to remain here until the end game with Golda Mech is played out.
And bring in Ron Moore for the part 1. Les Landau!
The Enterprise will be the command ship for the sector encompassing Minos Corva.
Then it seems you have more knowledge of the situation than I.
Oh, they don't like that answer.
Oh, no.
But, I mean, it's true. It's like you literally drugged them.
Torture is expressly forbidden under the terms of the Soldonis IV Convention governing the treatment of prisoners of war.
I don't think they care.
What the
Are you in good health? Do you have any physical ailments I should know about?
Well, he was stabbed once back in the day.
He's also shot with a bow and arrow. He's bald.
You gonna fucking whip him or something?
Jeez.
There was no chance to go back for the captain. We barely made it back to the Ferengi cargo ship ourselves.
You were smart not to
The
try.
Ferengi guy was thinking when they got back, what the hell?
Get some rest, Doctor. Will?
Oh, nice little touch.
I want Geordi to analyze the readings from Beverly's tricorder. Tell him to scrutinize every detail of those caverns on Seltris 3.
Aye, sir. Request permission to begin planning a rescue operation.
Oh.
I want those tricorder readings analyzed by 1400 hours.
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's pissed.
You tell by his
Good
wrists
morning,
how
I trust
long
you
he's been
slept
there.
well.
Slept well. Oh my god.
Is that a thermos? Cardassian thermos? I guess every species needs their drinks hot. Or cold.
I wonder what their coffee's like. It's probably just mud.
Thirsty?
Oh, his arms. I don't even think you can put them down.
Well, it's time to move on.
Ah.
How many lights do you see there?
I see 4 lights.
Perhaps you're aware of the incision in your chest. While you were under the influence of our drugs, you were implanted with a small device.
Oh no.
By entering commands in this pad, I can produce pain in any part of your body.
Made him a voodoo doll?
There are 4 lights. I don't understand how you can be so mistaken.
It's gonna fucking break him, dude.
The Solanas Convention applies to prisoners of war, which means you would have to acknowledge that he was captured during a mission authorized by the Federation.
Ooh.
Then he will be treated as a terrorist.
It's not my concern.
If the Federation agreed to a complete and immediate withdrawal from this sector, then we would be disposed to release Captain Picard.
I'll have to discuss this with my superiors.
Of course. You have 7 hours.
Now he's in charge.
I recommend that she reject Lemec's proposal and deploy additional starships along the border.
What about Captain Picard?
Riker, he doesn't care.
Are you questioning my judgment, Commander?
As first officer, it is my responsibility to point out any actions that may be mistakes by a commanding officer, sir.
Then maybe it's time you found other responsibilities. You're relieved.
Oh!
Shit.
But as much as I've been giving Riker shit, I'm, on his side there. Like, damn. I was starting to wait, like, how long until it goes too far for Riker? Because obviously Riker, it's like his best friend.
Yeah.
That's what sucks about when the fucking captain is your best friend. Ah.
It is possible the Cardassians
Whoa!
were specifically interested in capturing Captain
He's the
Picard.
number one. Oh man.
I want you to be
Cardassian kid?
very
Oh,
careful
what?
with your wampum from now on, Jalora.
Do humans have mothers and fathers?
Yes, but human mothers and fathers don't love their children as we do.
It's like an odd lie to tell. Maybe they believe it.
Yeah, what's their definition of sweet and nice? Well, that was pretty nice, I guess. But...
My daughter will never worry about going hungry.
Her belly may be full, but her spirit will be empty.
Oh!
Picard probably didn't even feel that compared to what this thing's doing to him. The implant.
Shall we begin again? How many lights are there?
What lights?
God, dude.
You're not gonna break him. He's John Cena.
Data? I want to be at Minos Corva in 1 hour.
Aye, sir. Set course 350, mark 215.
We've seen Data in the red uniform before, right? I'm trying to remember what episode that would have been. Was it Future Imperfect?
Yeah, I was about to say, was it that one, maybe?
Where Riker goes to the future, but it's actually...
Yeah.
We would all sing afterwards. What a charming picture. The Picard family.
Picard is going through it, man.
I see no point in holding you further. You may go. Someone will give you clean clothing before we return you to your ship.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. His face.
His lips are busted open. Don't buy it.
We will get what we need from the human female.
Oh, he's bluffing him.
I'm more optimistic about getting what we need from the woman.
Dr. Crusher.
Oh.
She's a medical officer.
You might be right. I'll have to determine that for myself. Are you choosing to stay with me? Excellent. I can't tell you how pleased that makes me.
Oh, man. Sick bastard.
Real sick. And he doesn't even have her.
He finally figured out the only way to break him, protect someone else, not himself.
Worf, prepare a series of 500 antimatter mines with magnetic targeting capabilities.
Antimatter mines. Damn.
Beverly, you'll need to...
Have sickbay ready for the casualties you're about to send me.
That's right.
Ugh.
Yeah, I knew Beverly would not like this guy.
Oh, what is that?
What kind of egg is that?
Oh, you're awake.
Oh, looks nasty.
Have something to eat. I insist.
Clark's bites it. I mean, probably imagine how hungry he is.
Boiled taspad egg. It's a delicacy I'm happy to share with you.
Oh my goodness.
Torture has never been a reliable means of extracting information, ultimately self-defeating as a means of control. One wonders that it's still practiced.
I fail to see where this analysis is leading.
He's saying you like it.
Stop it, or I will turn this on and leave you in agony all night.
Ah, you called me Picard. How many
Oh my god. Patrick Stewart!
Oh, God.
We're almost done, sir. I've shielded the engine nacelles and the transporter system so they won't be affected by the particle flux from the nebula.
Where he has no enthusiasm.
Yeah, all of his light is just gone.
Throw the helm hard over and whip around the moon at 0.7C.
And pray like hell nobody saw you.
Oh, these two are bonding now, huh?
This trip into the nebula is going to need someone who can do Titan's turn in their sleep.
Titan? The home of Thanos?
Is that you?
I can do it. But truthfully, the man you want is Commander Riker.
No.
Jellicoe's, yeah, everyone keeps saying that.
I don't see it. He yelled at me earlier.
Am I able to unrelieve him from duty without making him number one? Just make him a pilot?
Come in.
Oh, boy.
Are you aware of our plans to attack the Cardassian invasion fleet?
Yes, sir. I understand you've been talking to every shuttle pilot on board.
Bro already knows.
I don't like you. I think you're insubordinate, arrogant, willful, and I don't think you're a particularly good first officer. But you are also the best pilot on the ship.
Well, now that the ranks are dropped, Captain, I don't like you either. You've got everybody wound up so tight. There's no joy in anything. I don't think you're a particularly good captain.
I won't order you to fly this mission.
Then ask me.
Will you pilot the shuttle, Commander?
Yes. You're welcome.
Woo! What like an even back and forth with those two, you know? That's good.
We've lost primary navigation, switching to secondary systems.
Inertial dampers compensating.
Sensors inoperative.
We're already right to it.
I was about to say, I don't think this is going to be a part 3. They got to wrap this up soon. But it feels like it's not going to end soon.
I mean, it's going to be 5 episodes of Deep Space Nine before they have another episode, so...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Really? It's five in a row?
Yeah.
Wow. So it's like a mini finale here.
Do I want to know how close that was?
No.
Oh, yeah, look at this.
You can't intimidate us.
Mr. Worf, set off Alpha 4-2.
Aye, sir.
Each ship will eject its primary phaser coil before setting course for the nearest Cardassian base.
But that will leave us defenseless.
Prepare to detonate.
I will agree to your terms.
Excellent.
And give us back Captain Picard.
I understand you're holding a Starfleet officer named Jean-Luc Picard. I expect him returned immediately.
Thank you. Thank you.
No. Oh, man.
Snatch it.
You know what I would do? I'd just take my finger and dig into my chest, try to find this thing. No, I wouldn't do that.
No, you wouldn't.
I mean, if I felt
First of all, you have to cut yourself open.
I mean, I can only imagine the extreme pain he's been going through.
Oh, yeah. Wait, don't break it, and then it's permanently going off.
Yeah, exactly. Be careful.
That won't help. I have many more.
Still, felt good.
No one will ever know that you are here with us, as you will be for a long, long time.
Do you think he's aware of what just happened?
I don't think he's been notified yet.
You told me he would be ready to go.
We had some unfinished business.
Oh, he was trying to break him last minute.
A ship is waiting to take him back to the Enterprise.
Captain Picard, if you'll go with the guards, they'll take care of you.
I wouldn't believe any of this at this point. Oh, don't touch me.
Don't fucking touch me. A little impressed there, huh? A little bit of respect.
Captain on the bridge. Welcome home, Jean-Luc.
Thank you.
Just the way you left it.
What is it, in months? Like, there's no way he just came back.
Transfer complete. USS Enterprise now under command of Captain
I'm saying even
Jean-Luc
mentally
Picard.
to be like cleared to go back to command. We can just pretend it's been a few weeks. It's fine. I mean, obviously, Riker
You
was
have the
put back
bridge,
in
number one.
number one duty, so.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna have some heavy counseling sessions here for a little bit.
All I had to do was to say that I could see 5 lights when in fact there were only 4.
You didn't say it.
No. I believed that I could see 5 lights.
Oh, wow. All right, Chain of Command, Part 1 and 2. Rating this as a whole, individual episode is how we like to do these when they're not season finales, so that's what we're doing. And for me, I give it 4 out of 4 lights!
Well, it's interesting you put that, because I said there are 4 stars crossed out, there are 5 stars. So we knew that was going to come into the gimmick later.
Perfect scores from both of us, basically.
Basically, yes. And honestly, I would have felt comfortable rating Part 1 as well right after watching it, because that was the best Part 1 I think we've ever seen.
Yeah, my only thing with it is, like, I don't want to be like, you know, it's like, well, if it's good, we'll rate it. You know, it's like, we'll keep it as 1.
We could have.
But let's start with Part 1, because, damn, yeah, best Part 1, definitely up there with, I think Best of Both Worlds is the only one that sticks out as a Part 1 I really enjoyed, but I definitely think this one was probably even better. Great episode, so much happened in it.
Yeah, so much. We get thrown the monkey wrench of Ronnie Cox as Captain Jellicoe, and what a great addition to the team per se. We were just talking in a live stream talking about guest characters and when they come in and when it's all about them, and it's not good. It can really derail the whole episode. This guy comes in. He's not the whole focus of the episode, but every scene he's in, he fucking kills it. And he's like so interesting of a character. He's hardball, no bullshit, but he's also got a little bit of uncertainty under him, a little bit of a different kind of gameplay strategy. He's like, so many characters have come on this onto the show that are like one note, that's my thing. But this guy, I could have seen 3 or 4 more episodes of this guy, and I think there's a lot more to be told. I'm guessing it's probably the last we see of him.
I hope not. I mean, they really set him up. I mean, for a guest character, a guest captain, like they put way more characterization into him than we usually see. Hopefully that means it's because he's going to be a character of some point again in the show. But, I mean, hey, if it is his one time showing up, they knocked it out of the park. I mean, so many of the elements we'll talk about here are things that they have done not as well in the past that, you know, I would have liked to have seen tweaked to basically be what we got in this one. And he's a great example, starting right off, you know, guest captain, whether it's a admiral or a captain, whoever it is that comes in and is an asshole. They finally did it where, yeah, everyone on this crew was probably thinking Jellicoe was an asshole, but you know what? They actually executed it well. It wasn't go away heat. It wasn't, oh, I hate this guy, get him off my screen. Yes, he was tough. He was a hard-nosed captain. He pushed them. He was not their friend. He was the opposite of Picard. But it was done so well, and in the situation they set up, it makes sense that he'd be the captain in this scenario, and I think he, maybe 75, 80% of the time, I thought he was right. Did he make every decision right? No. Was he always the best? I think he let his personal feelings get in the way, obviously with Riker and certain things, but and with, you know, Picard, but overall, I think things worked out for Starfleet really the best they could, and a lot of it was because of him. I mean, even, we're jumping to part 2, but just since we're talking about his character, Beverly being so pissed at him in that conference room, guess what? He saved the day. His plan worked. They didn't run into any issue with his plan that was, oh, you should have done this. Like, it worked. So, I mean, damn, you got to give it to him.
Yeah, and the guy is just doing exactly what he's told to do. He's prepping this shit that usually isn't in wartime. Like, hey, we got to get wartime ready. We have to do all these things. And most of the time, they're even talking about, oh, we need to route energy from biology and all this other stuff. It's like, we're about to be in wartime. We don't need this stuff. Get it done, Geordi. And Data's like, yeah, we can get it done. And I love how he just latched on to Data. He gave him the red shirt and gave him the number 1 seat. He didn't give him the pips. He didn't have the 3. I think he had the 2 black and like the 1 lighter pip. So I don't think he was like full number 1. Maybe
interesting.
Acting number 1. Probably acting number 1 with Riker being benched. But no, just a wonderful addition, and we didn't have that Decker moment where he's like completely wrong. He did what he was supposed to do. I just love seeing our crew be given a new stimulus that everyone has to react to.
Yeah, and he latches on to Data because Data's the only one that doesn't give him any attitude.
Because he can't.
Yeah, because he doesn't know why, you know how. So I loved all of that. Not necessarily this wasn't like a character-driven episode where everyone gets stuff to shine, but it really is spread around. A lot of people are involved here. Even, you know, Geordi with the stuff in part 2. Obviously, we just talked about Data. Even the ones that are kind of on the sidelines, Worf is involved in the mission with Crusher and Picard. So even the ones that aren't the main focus still get a lot across this 2-parter. And in theory, that's why 2-parters are great, because you have more time and you don't just have to focus on on just one character in one location. Like, you can spread it around. And I thought the pacing in both parts was excellent, especially part 1. And I'll just say right now, if I had to like pick between these, I think part 1 might even edge out part 2 a little bit for me. Like, in terms of my first like time reaction, the pacing was so quick. I thought we were halfway through the episode when it ended. That's why the to be continued got me. And that's not to take anything away from part 2. I loved both of these, but part 1 was one of those perfect episodes for me. And I think a lot of the credit, again, I'm going to give to Ronald Moore. He wrote that one. I think the story by credit was somebody else.
Yeah.
But you could just tell all the groundwork he laid in that part 1. It's like the writer and director, Les Landau, and more so the writer, Frank, who came in for part 2, didn't have to do really any heavy lifting at all. They just had to not fuck up the material.
They just had to come in and close, yeah.
Yeah, so Ronald Moore, again, just sets him up so great. I think the best example of it is in part 1, just that line after the meeting with the Cardassians, where he comes out and he's like, okay, now they're going to do this and this. And Riker's like, he's sure of himself, and Troy's like, no, he's not. And we never really return to that. It doesn't lead to him like going crazy.
That's all we need. It's all we need. It gives the audience enough of that little bit of tension of this could go wrong. He isn't 100% sure. This could get fucked up. And it kind of does, because, you know, they find out about Picard because they knew Picard was there.
Yeah, but that wasn't Jellicoe's fault. Yeah.
Yeah, no. And in terms of part 1s, a lot of setup, but a lot of things happened. It felt like an episode of TV where things were actually being pushed forward and not like from the beginning of the episode, you're relieved of duty. Opening. It's like, oh fuck, we have no time. And it felt like we had no time because everything was rocking and rolling. Great set pieces. Jellicoe, the Cardassians. Nothing felt like they're stalling for episode 2. They felt like they were shoving as much as they can in this first one before they ran out of that 45 minutes, which is such a wonderful feeling. The Cardassians, great to see them back and menacing. Probably the 2 best actors of Cardassians we've seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I got to bring up one because I know they're probably yelling at the screen. The guy who played the guy who was talking to Picard is David Warner, and you know who he was? He was Chancellor Gorkin in Star Trek 6. Yeah, so I knew he looked familiar.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, now that you say that, the face.
Yeah, I'm looking at his face. I'm like, why does he kind of look like Brent Spiner? I'm like, no, it's not. It's not Brent Spiner. Why does he look so familiar? And
he was, I think, the only Klingon I liked in Star Trek 6.
Yeah, the only one. the only one we liked, and they killed him off.
Yeah, but he was great, and also the Cardassian that's meeting with Jellicoe, the head one of those 3, was excellent.
That guy's great, yeah.
I still did also really like the original Cardassian we got in The Wounded, but they were all great here. Dude, is it crazy to say already that the Cardassians might have supplanted themselves as like my favorite Star Trek villain already? Like, their only competition is really, the Klingons and Romulans, because the Borg, I feel like, haven't been around enough, to be that fleshed out. So, but yeah, I mean, the Klingon stuff has been great in TNG. I still think of TNG as the Klingon show, but the Cardassians here, I mean, I thought the Wounded, they were excellent, and now they've been in the background in some episodes, but now back again here and just so menacing. So, the one guy's shit-eating grin when he's talking about Picard, it's like, I just want to strangle him,
It's their makeup, too, those fucking necks.
Excellent,
They cast the best actors for these types of faces. The guy, David Warner, was great as Chancellor Gorkin, because he has that great alien type look, and to bring him back for this, I felt was a perfect choice because they just have that menacing, disgusting lizard look. Really great. I mean, sometimes they've casted people as Romulans or especially Klingons where they're like, this doesn't fit. I don't see you as a Klingon, but everyone who they've casted for as a Cardassian is you're a Cardassian. No offense to those actors, but you look like a lizard person.
Yeah, absolutely. And also in part 1. This is a more low-key part of the episode, but I loved the Black Ops mission.
Oh, yes.
Picard, Beverly, and Worf.
We got to talk about the big 3. What a great opportunity to split the crew up, give people more time. Worf, Beverly, and Picard in this little Black Ops mission. We see them train for it, do it. They all get a little bit of chance to shine. Not the biggest fan of the Beverly ear massage thing, but that's...
The Ferengi scene, that's the one scene that you just... It's fine.
Yeah. They got a great little action set piece. The trap realization was great. I love when we're watching an episode and we're theorizing. I love doing that. It's like, oh, wait a second, and then shortly afterwards, oh, it is a trap. I mean, the Admiral wasn't involved.
As far as we know.
As far as we know.
Yeah.
I'm glad she wasn't. It would have been a little bit ridiculous if another Starfleet Admiral was, on the up and ups. But
as far as we know, not confirmed. But yeah, I loved all that Black Ops stuff. I loved how we got to see so much of it. Like, it wasn't just one weird scene. It really was throughout the whole part 1. I love the scene where Riker goes in to try to get Picard, kind of tell Picard, like, hey, can you go talk to Jellicoe? But he comes in and sees Picard just worn out from the training and is immediately like, never mind. Like, realizing, oh, this situation is bigger than this little issue I have.
Yeah.
And backing out. All of that was great. I loved, even the moment when they capture Picard and, Dr. Crusher and Worf escaping, and even just in that moment, Worf being like, the captain, and the Crusher's like, no, we got to get out of here now,
Mm-hmm.
It was all executed so well. And the second part as well, we don't get to see as much, like, obviously from an action standpoint, but Picard, being tortured and everything, and all of his interactions with David Warner there. I mean, I don't like seeing Picard tortured, obviously. Like, it makes me uncomfortable. But to just see that process play out in the whole time, we can talk about the ending eventually, but just the whole process of it and him getting there, like, you got to give the credit to Patrick Stewart and David Warner too. Patrick Stewart really throwing his whole fucking dick into it,
literally, yeah. Full, and just the scene of like having his kid in there with him and all that, like so nonchalant about it. And we've heard about Cardassian torture from the Ensign Rowe episode. Do they talk about skinning in that episode?
It was like something they did to their face, like deforming them.
Yeah. So I thought they were going to do that here, but yeah, just absolutely chilling. And I guess not spoilers, but I've heard about Captain Jellicoe before.
Oh, you have?
I've heard
Okay.
of him, and I've heard the four lights thing before. And then you guys, you think you're being so cute and nonchalant. I saw you said something. Oh, got new lights, and someone commented, "Oh, how many lights are there?" And it's like, oh, I've heard about this. I have no idea what context it was, but yes, I've heard about the whole lights thing. So I just wanted to put that out there. So when it finally happened, I'm like, oh shit, this is it. And gotta love virtuous Picard. I mean, not virtuous, strong-willed Picard. But my favorite is at the end. As strong as he is, he actually said he saw 5 lights. I thought that was the craziest part that they did that. When he's looking at him, like, okay. But even afterwards, I mean, he knew he was safe because they were coming to take him away. But part of me still thinks. But I don't know. He said he was going to say anything to have it stop. But part of me thinks he was going to say 4 lights regardless. Just even though he sees 5, he was going to do it to spite him.
Here's my take on it. From that moment when he tells him, he tries to ask him one last time about the lights and, lets him know, oh, you'll be tortured or you can have the comfort. From that through the end of the episode, I think might be like the best executed ending in this show. Because at first, like my initial hesitancy was he's asking about the lights and then the guards come in. And then the guards come in and he's like, he screams and he's like, there are 4 lights. And in that instant moment, I thought to myself, I'm like, why would they have the guards come in before Picard does that? Like, I was thinking, it would make more sense for him to reject it and say the 4 lights before the guards come in. And I was like thinking, like, why did they do it that way? Because it just seemed very intentional. Like, why did they do it that way? And then that whole scene at the end with Picard and Troy where he explains it, I'm like, of course. Like, it's so brilliant. Like, that is the best way to do it. Because you could have had him break down there and show the breakdown and be like, there's 5 lights, and see him in that weak moment, only then for the guards to come in and save him, and this Cardassian to have that satisfaction. And you said something in the moment where he's like, oh, like, is he respecting him? For like saying that.
Smile, or
I think the smile is he knows that he broke him.
Yeah,
he knows that if those guards hadn't come in, but the fact that he didn't, the fact that Picard didn't say it right then, it's like it leaves it in that area where Picard admitted it to Troy, so now we know, and Picard knows. I think the Cardassian knows too.
Yeah, after seeing that scene with Troy, I now know why he was smiling. Like, I think he definitely knew. He's probably broken hundreds of people that way, possibly, and I think he knew he broke Picard. Yeah.
But it's so great that they didn't do it though. Like that Picard didn't say 5 lights and then the guards go in, because even though this Cardassian knows, it's like it's that unsaid thing where. They can act as if they don't know. Like, Picard would never admit that to the Cardassian and vice versa. It's so good.
It's so perfect. It's absolutely wonderful. And Picard's face, too, when he's looking up at the lights, like, Patrick Stewart's acting, he's really, like, his facial acting was so good, like, where I believed, I'm like, wait a second, is he actually... and when he said, later on, he said he saw 5 lights, and remembering how his face was looking, I'm like, oh, fuck, he probably did. Because his face was, like, a perfect thing of confusion and, like, delirium or whatever. It's just wonderful.
Yeah, and then the last scene with Troy too, in the way now. So then we have the admission. He's like, I love that he just brushed past it. Like, that's not even the big reveal. I thought that would be the big reveal of like, I was gonna say it, but no, he's like, no, I would have told him anything, whatever. He's like, but no, it's the fact that I thought I saw it. And it just goes into the whole. He says earlier in part 2, he says, torture, no one uses torture anymore. It's not even a good way to control people. Like, you just like torture. But is he really then getting proven wrong by that? Like, the fact that he thinks he can see the 5 lights?
He said, no, it's a bad way to get information out of someone.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to get information out of him. He was just trying to break him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, did he want the Minos Corvo stuff? I mean, yeah, that's why I think he kept lying to him. Like, oh, yes, Worf's dead. We have Beverly. She's up next. But I think what he really wanted, I mean, he wanted that information, obviously. But if he couldn't get that information, I think maybe he just wanted to at least break him.
Especially after Picard did the whole thing about, oh, you're a scared 6-year-old boy.
Yes, that scene too. We didn't even talk about that. All that was fucking wonderful. And just the dual stuff, like letting him eat and having a conversation with him. And then Picard catches him. It's like, you called me Picard. You're a 6-year-old boy. Oh, just wonderful.
Yeah. Yet again, you've talked about this before. Like, we love to get to see the characters where in that situation, I know I would never be able to do that. I would never be able to withstand it. So it's so awesome to see Picard withstand all of that and still just be laughing at this guy and mocking him in the face of that, which again makes that ending so strong and incredible.
And I love that, so many main characters like John Cena. Oh, I'll never quit. I'll never. But Picard said he was right there. It was perfect timing, and I love that. where he was going to do it but didn't do it. We already talked about it. That perfect mesh of didn't admit it, but he was going to. But Cardassian doesn't know, but he thinks he knows. Blah blah blah. Yeah, all that.
Yeah, 100%.
Anything else we can praise in this episode? I don't want to let it go yet.
Because we're still gonna have a whole discussion, with the patron takes. But I guess I'll end for me. First of all, I enjoy Troy in the costume. I don't know if people would agree with this or not. I always feel like the counselor costume. I mean, I feel like I've even read comments to say this. It's like I felt like it was made to make her look sexy, instead of like there's no other real reason. It's just to make her look sexy. So like being in an actual uniform, I like that. She should be. So that's one of those changes. I thought maybe they'd make a little interaction of like Picard and Troy at the end, him being like, "Why are you wearing that?" or something. But they didn't address it.
Yeah.
My hope is that next time, next episode, once we get back to it, she'll just still be in the uniform. I'm not expecting it, but I like her in the uniform. It's like, just be in the uniform.
Yeah, I thought the canon reason is maybe she's in a different position because she's a counselor. She gets special clothing.
Yeah. But then Jellicoe basically shuts that down. It's clearly not the case.
Yeah, I mean, the Enterprise is a whole different ship. I guess maybe it's different from the Cairo or whatever. I don't know, from what we hear about these other ships, everything runs completely different to the Enterprise because Enterprise is a Galaxy-class ship. Seems like most of these other operations are a little more strict. I don't know.
Yeah, well, last thing I'll say is Riker. We give him a lot of shit, but I love Jonathan Frakes. Riker might not be my favorite character, in all of Star Trek, but I love Jonathan Frakes, and he was amazing in this as well.
Yes, all of those scenes with Jellicoe, Riker, and the Cardassians on the other side, and just those two, it felt like a perfect boiling point culmination when these two started yelling at each other. It felt absolutely amazing. And then to top it all off, cherry on top, Riker in his casual clothing and Jellicoe having to ask him to pilot the ship. And they both drop their ranks and they yell at each other. It's like, oh, you got to ask me to pilot. I love it.
You know what it reminded me of? Definitely gave me vibes of, ironic because Ron Moore, Battlestar Galactica reboot, Starbuck and Colonel Ty. Their whole rivalry they had in season 1. It gave me a lot of vibes of that.
Yeah. Maybe.
Especially with literally best pilot on the ship. Like, it was like bar for bar. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Ron probably borrowed that.
Yeah, he stuffed that away after Chain of Command. He's like, I'll use this again.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did the patron takes for this as together because I was made aware ahead of time that it was a two-parter. And not really a spoiler since the title was part 1 when you started. So
yeah, now if you told us for Best of Both Worlds, it'd probably kill you.
Yeah, exactly. But I did know it was a two-parter, so we did the takes together. With that being said, if you're a patron, you already know this, but great conversations here. I implore everyone, go read this thread of the patron takes. Great conversations. There's a whole bunch of 3-4 paragraph takes that we cannot read in this video. So I understand you guys all, you love to talk about the show. I hope that you all enjoy talking amongst each other in these threads, but I just don't want anyone to be disappointed. We're probably not going to read a whole ton of takes because so many of them are like 6 paragraphs, and that's not what this is for. So what we're going to go through and try to pick out some, but I would just implore you guys, there's a lot of great stuff in here if you want to go read them.
I guess we'll start off with this one from Reagan. Sir Patrick came up through the same drama school after David Warner and had always wanted to work with them, but never got the chance until now. Amnesty International actually gave Patrick Stewart real footage of torture to watch it in order to hone his performance. David Warner was also the Federation representative on Nimbus 3 and the Final Frontier and Chancellor Gorkin and the Undiscovered Country. Wait, hold on. He was a representative on Nimbus 3 in the Final Frontier. Oh, I didn't know he was in the Final Frontier.
Cool.
Oh, cool. And Chancellor Gorkin and Undiscovered Country. Oh, cool. Neat.
I'm going to read one from Phil. Captain Jellicoe did nothing wrong. I bet that's a hotly contested argument between fans, whether or not people are responding to Phil here arguing with him. So that definitely is.
He shouldn't have gotten rid of the fish.
Yeah, fair point.
That's it's a bit much. And the way he was like planning things, like redecorating everything, it made it sound like Picard's not coming back. Like he already decided. Like, oh yeah, this is a suicide mission.
But I thought that's why it was such great redemption at the end for him to demand Picard to be returned immediately.
Yes.
If they would have forgotten that, I would have sour taste in my mouth.
That was a cute moment too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one more thing. I do like how they try to humanize him too. He wasn't a complete dick. He put his kids' posters on the wall. For Maddox's drawings. That's his son in canon now, I've decided.
This one's from Darren Starr. I love everything about this two-parter. Picard and Madrid, of course, but the B-plot on the Enterprise with Jellicoe at times I almost find more interesting, and that's a big feat. Whatever scene they cut to or away from, I'm never disappointed. Pretty rare. That's spot on, 100%.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
It is very rare, and it's so yeah, definitely a feat, and I think they did it. I agree.
All right, this one's from Philip Grisha. This two-parter is the final proof why Riker would be a horrible captain. He acts like a child because he doesn't get his way, he undermines Jellicoe at every opportunity, insists on running headfirst into the Cardassian trap with a rescue mission for Picard, and doesn't even get that his is exactly what the Cardassians want when it's spelled out to him. And the worst part, when Jellicoe swallows his pride and asks Riker to pilot the shuttlecraft for the good of the mission, Riker acts like a smarmy ass and makes Jellicoe say please. Riker proved that Jellicoe is the bigger man. What an idiot. What do you think about that?
He's not wrong.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. I mean, I feel like I've already made it known basically my piece on Riker at this point. You know, it's just it's unfortunate, but I do like what Riker got to do here though, and that it was an even matchup. It wasn't just Jellicoe proving him wrong over and over. You know, they had the back and forth at least.
Yeah, he's very emotionally driven. I did like the back and forth, but the way he lays it out here, it does make Riker look kind of bad.
And the fact that everyone keeps telling Jellicoe, like, he's great, and Jellicoe's like, no, I don't like him.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, your captain, your best friend, 5 years, and this guy's like, oh, we're going to leave him there. It's like, well, and it is his job as number one to question, number one.
Yeah.
I mean, his job to question the captain, so he is doing his job there, but...
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you going to do?
Dib Dit Sucks, that's a new one, says, the highest of S tiers for me. This is one we've been sitting around waiting for since Encounter at Farpoint. Patrick Stewart versus David Warner, R.I.P., I guess he passed away, should be studied in acting schools. David Warner was restrained but powerful. Patrick Stewart was vulnerable but strong. Picard may have been affected more than even what the Borg did to him, and he lets Troy do her job. Between Locutus and the Borg, the Inner Light, and now this, Bro has the most trauma of any Star Trek character.
Yeah, I said that during the episode. I said Bro's going through it. I meant to say Brothers went through all of it.
He's been through it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been through it. I mean, what else can we do to this poor man? Leave him alone. But you know what? Makes him stronger, makes us like him more.
This is funny, Alexander McKechnie. The older I get, the more I like Jellicoe. That's fair.
That's understandable. I can resonate with that. This one's from Keith. My choice of the most mean characters in this episode: Gul Madrid, Captain Jellicoe, and Admiral Nechayev. The Admiral was the worst in my opinion. Troy having to start wearing a standard uniform was Marina's idea. She thought it was high time for Diana to wear a regular uniform like everyone else. Now DS9 starts.
Now DS9 starts. Yeah, I was waiting as long as I could before bringing it up. But yeah, the next time we watch Star Trek, we're going to be watching Deep Space Nine. And not only that, but 5 episodes of Deep Space Nine before coming back to TNG. And then it will be obviously interspliced. But I got to say, I have been excited, obviously, but having this strong of a run of TNG, yes, I'm going to miss it, but it's going to be awesome to jump to something completely new and then come back. And actually be excited, to be like, oh, fuck, yeah, we get to watch more TNG.
Yeah, we got a 5-episode break of TNG and give Picard a little time to recover from his horrible roundabouts with the Cardassians. It's gonna be weird. I'm excited. And 2 shows at the same time that they're the same universe per se.
And what do you feel about, besides the Cardassians being here, which is a bucket list item for me for Deep Space Nine, to have more of them, I don't even know if that's the case, so I'm assuming, but beyond that, it's really no setup or promotion, really, for Deep Space Nine that we know of?
That we've seen. Maybe there was stuff on TV. I'm sure there's been advertisements on TV.
True, commercials and stuff by now.
Yeah, there's no way they just dropped it oh, what's this?
Yeah, because, I don't think Jellicoe or the Cairo are the Deep Space Nine focus, so... Yeah, really nothing within this episode that made me go, oh, I have to jump over to Deep Space Nine. I thought maybe even you brought up, a part 3. I'm like, could this be a to be continued right into the pilot of Deep Space Nine? But they probably weren't didn't want to take that risk just yet.
But I do think it's smart how they're making TNG take a break for 5 weeks. And it's like, oh, there's no Star Trek. Oh, there's a new Star Trek show. I guess we'll check this out. So fans don't have to watch, but there's because if TNG and Deep Space Nine were both running at the same time when Deep Space Nine first debuted, I mean, maybe some people won't even jump over. It's like, oh, let's keep watching TNG. I don't even know what this is. But now that they don't have TNG, it's like, oh, well, this is Star Trek. I'll check this out. So it's kind of a smart move. Timothy Nikiforov's more Picard trauma, splendid. Some of the changes Jellicoe implemented were actually ways to satisfy requests from the cast. Stewart objected to the idea that Picard would keep an animal captive.
Wow, about the fish?
Yeah.
It's a fish.
It's a life form. And then, stories about wearing the uniform. It's a very welcome change, in my opinion, and it helps you take her seriously as a Starfleet officer. Huh.
Well, I guess she's going to wear it. Spoilers! Spoilers! Thanks, everyone. Spoilers!
There's the whole argument of if it's in the wild, it could get killed. But like if it's an endangered species or something, the whole, lions and tigers are being poached.
Yeah, I find that very odd. For Picard specifically, it's pretty odd.
Virtue signaling a little bit too much.
It's like, it's fish, bro. It's like you didn't have a chained up dog.
It's alive. It's a life form.
It's funny as I read through the takes, a lot of people talking about, I'm in the minority, but I agree with Jellicoe. A lot of people hate Jellicoe, but I don't. And I'm not seeing anyone actually hating Jellicoe. Maybe a few are in here, but I don't think that's the minority.
I think you guys are the majority.
Well, I guess we can end it with this, Alex. Do you agree with this take from Brian? Patrick Stewart is the GOAT.
Yes. I will say on that one, there are 4 lights.
Well, it's a appropriate one to end on because it's time to meet a new captain, a new crew, and a new Star Trek show. Are you excited?
I am excited. Goodbye, TNG. We'll never see you again.